Hey guys, welcome to the second day of the stream, and today we are having the match of just two teams. Well, this is my co-caster Silverhawk, and he's gonna tell you the info about the teams.
So, guys, it's going to be the Tartarus Esports on the blue side, and it's going to be the Gen
Who
X
said
Turtle
there
Sword
are
on
no
to the red
shortcuts in
side.
life?
So,
I literally invented one.
So
there's going to be
let's
really
just
lot
jump into
happening.
the.
Yeah, like
Okay,
there's
I'm
really,
sorry.
yeah, that's really a lot happening onto the
My
meta. So,
mission
like, let's
is
just
to
drop out the
protect
formalities and
lives.
dive into the game. Like, you can see the first ban coming in onto the Tartarus Esports going to be the Chip.
Feed,
What do you think about
destroy,
these bans,
Is
Leon?
conquer.
I can really, I'm
Butterflies
not really
born
playing
by the
nowadays,
wind,
so but I can say the
guided
bans are
by
really solid.
lantern's
Like
light.
the blue team has the first pick after all, I guess.
That's true.
I
Like,
am the
I'm kind
priestess
of
of
expecting a
primal
Roger ban
lightning,
over here,
The
but
the
this
hunter of
since they
all
have the
the
first pick
evil
in the
gods.
Tartarus Esports, maybe they would kind of
No,
secure the
I
Gyarados pick
do what
and
I
so like
want
no,
to
no.
do.
That ban was actually pretty bad because Gyro just got nerfed and he's like the second skill of him is
Gridlock,
kind of bad.
smartest
Okay, there
Dinobot
is
of
a Roger pick.
all.
Oh, like
We
you
were
could say
right.
the nerf, but I think so. It's kind of adjusted because the passive is kind of enhanced, so he gets more regen. So, but you could say that second skill is kind of like nerf. But like we're not gonna talk about the
It's
buff
not
and nerfs. Like
every
you could
day
just
you see
see the
such
like
a
he's going to
handsome
be the first
dragon
pick coming
tamer
on
Like
to
like
the
at
me.
the
matchup on the Tartarus Esports.
like that's really a solid pick. I mean, like the Gen X esports, like
Time
the
and
Gen
tide
X
wait for
team, they could
no
have
man.
banned
Is
Roger
not girl.
because he is really annoying from my point of view. He really is.
That's right.
Feared
Like
Roger, if you can't run from him.
yeah, like into the onto the gold lane, like the Roger is so good. Like
10
onto the
years
first 2 minutes, like
of
into the first gank,
imprisonment.
he could just actually build the
I
Scar Pierce
didn't
as the
cure
first
the
item,
pain.
and
Your
onto the
team
I
Lycan Pounce, he could just
harnessed it.
dive in and secure the kills right away.
Yeah, like why not? You have early game damage. You don't even need a damage item to give them damage. Your base damage is way too high for them. Okay, that
And
Lolita pick was really nice. But the Valentina. Okay. Oh no, they are not picking Lolita.
I
anything
will
CC kind of
protect you.
things, like actually
Your
the
team
anything
is
CC kind of picks
banning.
the pick from the side of Gen X Turtle Store, but it's going to be benefit from the
Yeah,
side of Tartarus Esports because they have Valentina in their team along with the Terrazilla. So it's going to be a lot of CC from the side.
and Valentina, if he's a good player, then Lolita
Your
is gonna be
team
a really
is
big
banning.
problem.
Like
I
just
mean,
feel like
it will backfire. It will
yeah,
backfire for them.
we can say that. We can say that because like the what they did is like they picked the Roger as the first pick, and they actually traded the Roger for the Ling. Ling is actually nerf, but the nerf isn't enough to like burst down, like it
No,
decreases burst.
yeah.
So
Let
No,
them play the
actually, it's not
hero.
about
Your
the damage,
team
but
I
it's
is
will be the
about the
banning.
truth
mobility
this
that guy
world
can give. He
desperately
can split,
needs.
he can
yeah.
give damage, and he's really easy to make the backliners if you are a good link player.
That's absolutely right. Like, onto the first turtle, even if you leave it and go for the gold lane, if you manage to secure 1 or 2 kills, like you actually fatten
All
the
shall
early game.
succumb to my
The late game
Your
is going to be
power.
team
weak,
is banning.
That's
counter the
true.
lane.
That's really okay.
The hunt
Okay,
begins.
Your team is
they really
picking.
banned Kufra.
I think it's
You
going to be a
know,
respect
I
ban.
am
I think it's going to
more
be a
Your
respect
team
than
ban.
is
a
picking.
weapon.
yep. Why not?
Or maybe
It should be okay. Julian. Oh,
or
I guess they need some sustain in their team. Like they are really squishy by this time.
or if you look onto the team like from the Tartarus Esports, they don't have the tank yet. So maybe a Kufra ban would be kind of like a major ban could be because they have the Ling onto their side. So maybe to like make the Ling more powerful in their
Yep,
team, so that they decided to ban out the
yep.
Kufra.
Yeah, who can counter him by his second skill and I like. Yeah, Kufra is a counter of Ling actually. If you see it, even
Yeah.
I play Ling and I know how annoying he is.
I,
Oh,
Minotaur,
I
The
but
will
blue
like actually
team
repay
Okay,
is
what was
full.
okay.
left
Your team is
undone.
Like,
picking.
are we gonna see a Mincy hyper? Like, okay, that's something new. I
but
wasn't expecting a Mincy hyper.
actually the Mincetar Gold Lane is a much more better because Roger onto the Hyper would be a
Yeah,
lot better because the Mincetar could
because
actually do tanks with along with the Flicker.
yep,
But if you have the Retribution, he can't with the Flicker plays.
yep. And we all know the Mincetar flicker plays on the marksman or the jungler is like horrifying. You
That's
can
totally
only
right.
imagine. Yeah, a jungle player can totally imagine the trauma that
Muscle
Mincetar
of
can give him.
iron.
Absolutely right. But they haven't changed the spells yet. So maybe it's going to be the Mincetar on the Hyper. Oh, no, no, no. Wait a minute.
Okay. Oh
Wait
no,
a
no.
minute. No, no.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Maybe
That
they're
was
kind of
that was
listening to
really
them.
good.
Maybe the
Yep,
prediction would
yep,
be right.
yep. Yeah, yeah. They thought it
Actually,
right.
and this decision is actually right because the Mincetar onto the gold lane is going to be against the Beatrix. So maybe like he has a better laning than Beatrix, you could say, because one hook and
You
actually he could
can,
give a ton of damage to the Beatrix in the early game.
and the main problem of Beatrix is like he needs his like first item to do something, but in early
Mhm.
game he's short ranged and his damage is not like so high like he can lean against a Mincetar or fighter.
That's right. Like she needs a lot of
But
scaling in the early game, right?
yep, she needs a scaling, she needs items, she needs her gear. Then she can do something. Then then I guess if like if from my point of view
Welcome
they
to
have like
Mobile
both of the teams like the Tyrant Esports and Gen X
5
Turtle Store,
seconds till the
they
enemy
have
reaches
decent
the
picks. Like
battlefield.
it's one
Smash
of the
them.
gameplay.
That's right. Like
The
let's dive
lane,
into the game. It's going to be the game one Tartarus Sport versus the Gen X Turtle Store. Like drop your like mentions into the comment section. Let's just dive onto the game. Like we can see both of the junglers, like the teammates are kind of helping them, and Minotaur is kind of going for the invasion. There's
yeah,
Julian.
Minotaur is
There's
trying to bait
Lolita.
the okay.
They're trying to go
Oh,
for the Link's
Julian.
retribution. They're trying to go for the retribution. Julian and Lolita is kind of zoning the Minotaur onto the mid lane. Valentina has already cleared the mid wave, so maybe it's better for her to rotate right now. And maybe Minotaur is trying to take his jungle as well.
Yep, that's a nice play from the Minotaur. Okay, oh,
Oh,
did he get it? He got
yeah,
it, I guess.
exactly.
Yep.
He got it. He got
Yeah,
it.
I
Like
guess he got it. He got it. Yeah. That was really nice. Like making like disturbing the farm of the jungler is a really big deal. Like
that's actually right.
especially if the jungler is a Link.
He's going for the
Okay,
invasion.
Roger is okay. Okay, Link got it.
Okay, then he got it. Like, but he still needs to be level
Link
4.
got his retribution.
That's right. But he's, like he still needs to be level 4 for the first gang. Onto the look at the Terizilla. Look at the Terizilla. He's trying to go for the invasion. I think so. He haven't located the Ling over there as well. Look onto the gold lane, and as we like, you could see the Minchard is kind of keeping the powerful waves onto him. Like Beatrix, like she's kind of like Terek hugging along with the Lolita.
Yep, like it's kind of obvious. Like if you get hooked by the Mincetar and he gets his second skill, you are stunned, and then it's kind of a problem because they have a Roger. Okay, Ling is trying to take the buff. He's still level 3. Okay. He got level 4. Retry is melted. Okay.
Oh, he's extremely low. Julian is going over
Julian.
the
Julian is going for the Roger. I don't think so. Okay, first blood goes to Roger. Okay, that was a really nice play from the Roger and his team. But
Oh my
if
God.
I'm gonna give it to Minotaur because without his heal, I guess Roger was pretty much dead because we all know the damage of Julian in early game.
That's right. And then, he's actually level 4 in the first 2 minutes. And look onto the Lolita. She's got like 3 over there. So there's
She's level 3 and not even close to 4, and their tank is already level 4. If they're losing Grand, if you ask me,
That's right.
but
Like
it's all on Gato now.
yeah, like but
If
the
Gato can
tank
do a
is-
play, then yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lolita's ult will be really helpful. But Valentina got the Lolita's ult.
But let's see who gets the
I guess
turtle.
they're gonna give up.
Steel coming in from the side
Can
of
he-
Link, but no.
Okay, no, he didn't. Okay, that was a smart move, I can tell that. Like, it was risky.
Yep, that's true. But the Lolita still is in the level 4 right now. So the gangs onto the zoning goes from the side of Tartarus Esports because they have the more zoning and the more CC.
That's true, my friend.
And
Can
actually,
we?
like
Oh my god! Like, see this Minotaur. I never saw some tank playing this aggressive against a Ling and a Julian in early game. Dude, look
so
at this guy.
annoying.
He's like so aggressive.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, that was a nice ult from Minotaur. 2 people on the air, and can we see something?
Whoa.
Link blades down. Can he get him? Okay, that was a really smart move from the Minotaur, hiding on the bush so Link cannot use his skills. Okay, Gato going in. Okay, Minotaur down. The ult from Mincetar and Link is down too. Oh, Roger getting a double kill.
It's going to be the
Now
double kill.
it's
for the Blue
4.
Jays.
Now it's 4 kills with the Tyrant 8 spots and 1 for Gen External Store.
Like
Gold is lagging behind.
hey, Leon, like if you just focus on to the Roger, he's just waiting like eagerly to just get the HP low of the enemies, and he could just use a Lycan Pounce and just jump onto the get the kills.
Yep, that's like if you see the Roger's passive goes around, if the enemy's HP is less than 40%, then you can just the instant speed up boost, and
Like
when like if you get a secure kill, then your like immunization skill of your wolf form just resets. So that's really how a Roger will play.
and you look on to the difference on the jungle side, like the Roger is like level 8, and even the like Roger has like 3 kills, but if you look on to the right side, the Jet is nothing. Like the Ling is kind of like died one time, and even his farm is kind of low right now. So maybe they should just focus onto the farm because they have like kind of like scaling farm, and also the buff is coming back for the Ling. Maybe this time Minotaur and Vincent are still let to disrupt the buff so that Roger could take the turtle right now.
That's the problem. Like if you are taking a Ling, then you need a Luoi or a Lydia. Okay, that was good. Okay, Beatrix ulting. I don't think like Beatrix got any damage. Mincetar's ult. Oh, can he kill the Ling? Okay, Ling melting his ult. Okay, I guess that was a losing rank for the Zenex also.
That's right. Like, they shouldn't just go for the buffs right now. They could just go for the creeps. But if you look onto the side of Tartarus Esports, they're not even giving a chance for them to scale up right now. And we look on the bottom side, they're getting the penalty zone coming in. Minotaur and Seagull get onto the Beatrix. They're trying to force the bot lane along with the Mincetar and the Melita. Oh my god, the Melita will just back off onto the turret. She's kind of showing some recalls right now. Minotaur is kind of going for the more. He wants to go for the West kind of like 4-1 situation right now.
Oh my that was a really bad thing. The recall went wrong, man. It got deleted, like for real. Like if you see the farm difference, Lolita don't have much defense, so it's kind of really obvious that it's gonna get deleted. Okay, look at the thing. Okay, Ling, he's so desperate for the buff, and we all know like without blue buff, Ling is really hard to play with.
They're trying to go to take the turret along with the kill. Yeah, the turret is extremely low. They're trying to go for the tier 2, but they will fail to take it. But actually, the turret is extremely low at the position. Like, the turret is
that was a really nice move. Like, because it was a losing rank in the bot lane, so it was a really smart move to like just to push the other side. So like I can say.
Oh, they wanna go for the more.
Okay, there is last ultimate. He got 2 of them.
Got over ultimately trying to disrupt the enemy.
That was a really okay. Gato's ult and then Mincetar's hook and Mincetar's ult and Ling and Gato both are down. Oh my god, this Mincetar is giving them nightmares.
Wow. Well, they're just trying to go for the board, but look onto the bot side. They're just trying to go for the split push because they know they have low form kind of like compared to the Tartarus Esports. They're just trying to secure the objectives right now. But Valentina is going to defend the turret. They doesn't know that. They're trying to go for the more. Valentina, look at
that. They overextended. What do you think? Like, okay, Valentina flickered. I don't think the flicker was needed. Oh my god, that Beatrix is so dead now. Okay, wow. This would have backed down way earlier, but that was a bad move actually, I can say. It was smart to push, but it was really bad, like they stayed they overextended. They should have just like left the turret and recalled maybe.
That's right. Like, they already have the low forms. So like taking the turrets is a kind of like good thing to do over here, but they should just keep their position really safe right now because they have kind of like scaling comms.
They are really scaling from like they have a Beatrix, they have a Ling, they have a Julian, they have a Lolita, they have a Gato, and late game it's really hard to catch a Ling or can get near a Beatrix if they have a Gato and a Lolita. Like it's gonna be a really big problem. So the Tartarus Esports are just trying to end the game as soon as possible because they know like in late game it's gonna be hard.
That's true. Like if you look on the KDA from the red side, but they kind of kind of feeding KDA onto them. The King's calling it the used up. Maybe he's trying to go for the kills. Oh my god, the penalty goal will be going up
and Lolita falls down too.
Wow, like the Lycan
Pounce can go to defense.
And even like the Lord is still up. They will go for the Lord and just end it within the 9 minutes. They could do it.
If they can do it in the I don't really think they can end in 9 minutes, but I can surely tell you like they will get a shit ton of turrets and maybe the inhibitors. Like,
even they will take a lot of time to farm up the minions and the Lord as well because they will at least
like Mincetar's ult is still on like I mean the flicker is still on CD, but Minos and Therezga's flicker are still up. So we can see some plays in during the lot. I can tell you that much. Well, let's
You can
wait.
see that.
Let's see.
The Lord will be marching down most probably from the top of the bot lane. But the mid turret is still extremely low right now. They're just trying to protect it right now. If you look onto the link, maybe he will go for the split push, but this will be the kind of wrong position and the wrong decision right now because if he gets caught up, it's going to be mostly over for the side of Gen X Turtles too.
Yes, you are absolutely right.
Like the Lord is marching on the top lane. The Julian is kind of like clearing the waves right now. They're trying to force for the mid lane as well, like the Beater on the terrace along with his ultimates. So Vita was trying to recall over there. Like I think they will most probably try to defend it properly because they have Beatrix. So along with the rocket launchers, I think it's going to be easy for them to defend the Lord. Also, the inhibitor's passive is going to be really helpful right now.
Okay.
Also, they have a
Gato is
lot of
trying to go. Oh my god, that was a really nice ult from the Valentina. Okay. Minotaur ultimate. Okay. Oh, I guess it's a troll. Hey, Gato with a double kill. Therezla goes down. And Roger taking the kill. Oh, Roger with a double kill.
Roger,
Can we see a triple kill?
Triple kill onto the Roger. Oh my god, the misconnection
And
from
he
Beatrix
escaped.
Bennett. It's going to cause the Roger to live another life. And also, the Roger is going on to the 804.
804 KD from the Roger. That was really unexpected. Like that was a really big clutch. I wanna say that was a really big clutch from Roger.
Top player is actually showing us the top gameplay of the Roger.
Yeah, that's true. Like and now you know like why should you ban Roger? You don't want to give them like not the enemies. With the high damage and lifesteal, it's really hard. Oh my god. And he escapes again.
Oh my god, look at the HP of the lane.
And he's going in.
The Roger, he's extreme. The Beatrix is still over there. The Villiers compound will actually take the 80% HP out of the Beatrix.
That damage. One enhanced skill of his wolf form and Beatrix 80% HP was gone. Like it was an instant melt.
Oh god.
Okay, there is no ult. I guess okay. Gato's jump, that was a really nice jump, but there is no marksman to back him up. I guess it's over. Can they defend? Okay, the defenders.
The BNL is spawning back right on time. I think it's trying to end the base right now.
Oh no, I guess they're just gonna mark the base. And the first win goes to
Tartarus.
Victory!
Tartarus Esports. Oh my god.
And
even my tongue trembled, like I couldn't even spell their name.
oh my god! Like if you look onto the KD of the Roger, look at his build. Look at his build. It's so interesting to look at the the Thunderbolt and Borax.
Yeah. Like the Thunderbolt and Warx are like on the same guy. It's like the Thunderbolt's passive will give you more and more steel every time you hit a basic attack. And everyone knows the Warx passive of 2 damage after 4 consecutive basic attacks. So yep, that was a really nice choice from Roger.
And also, like he like most of the players onto the Roger, they just go for the Sky Piercer. But the top player, he's kind of like showing onto the top gameplay of the Roger right now. Like he didn't win Sky Piercer because he actually
yeah, he was going after like I guess he was going this one like he could have gone maybe BOD or Malefic. Yep, maybe
That's
Malefic was the right thing here. Yep.
That's right. Like he most probably was going for the Malefic row right now, but the game was already over on to the 12 minutes. It's like 11 minutes and 35 seconds because from the side of Gen X Turtle, they wouldn't be able to scale up along with the time.
Yep, it was not even the 12-minute log. It was just like they just ended it with the junior log. They don't have to take the like enhanced log anymore.
That's true, but don't go anywhere, viewers. Like we'll be back onto the match 2. Grab your popcorn bag. We'll be back in some minute after the short break.
Yep, we'll be back in a software.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting game. This is Legends Unleashed tournament,
Still
and
waters
this
run deep.
is
Your
the battle
team is banning.
between, and this is the game number two. No, and the battle between, I do
I
think
see
like
lots
it
of
is
prey.
Mystic
Your team is
Exotic team
banning.
against Team Negros, and I'm Sasuke along with me. There is Silver Hawk.
Um, Hello, good evening, everyone. And it's
My
going to
mission
be
is to
the
protect
Your
Negroes onto
lives.
the
team
blue
is
side, and it's going
banning.
to be Mystic Vortex onto the red side. And let's just dive onto the draft. Like we can see a lot of bans, and it's good. After looking from the last pick, after looking from the match one, the Roger was kind of like really OP into that match. So like maybe they watched the match and they decided to ban out the Roger.
Yeah, you're technically right because we can't see Roger is right now an hot priority pick, and with
For
that new
honor!
item that is the
Your
Sky
team
Piercer
is
along with
banning.
that revamped item that is the Thunderbelt. That guy, that Roger is just
Chivalry is dead.
devastating
Your
heroes with
Time
team
those
will
is
two
vanish.
items
banning.
if placed or built carefully around it. And seeing like we are seeing a usual bans coming in from both of the teams, unless we are seeing a Clint ban coming in from Team Blue and a Tiger, maybe a respect ban for Team Red against.
And I would have to agree onto the Roger, like you said, it the Sky Piercer and the Thunderbelt. And
Hayabusa,
actually, after the
Sanjo!
stacks of
Your
Thunderbelt, you
team
don't even
is
need to build
picking.
any defense like after hitting the basic
I
attacks, but
am
actually
more
Your
increases
than
your
team
a
is
defense
weapon.
picking.
permanently into the game. So he doesn't even need to build any defensive item. So along with the Sky Piercer, just go onto the Lycan Pounce and just boom, secure every kill, just boom. Like it's going to be double kill, Maniac, Savage, but whatever. Like it's going to be the good Roger, then you can expect it, but it's going to
Destroy and
you can't do
conquer.
much. So we can see the first pick coming in from the side of Negros is going to be the Julian. And also since Zask was really open, so they were just going for the straight to the Zask. And also there's a lot of picks open as well. Like, do you mind Sasuke telling me the picks?
Well, that is the Zushin Open, and I have a prediction, or rather, a hypothetical theory. Like they could probably go for a Zask on a Golden and probably pick a Zushin for themselves again.
Light will
Well, okay,
fall on
it's
Your
your
going to be a
team is
Argus
shadow.
picking.
pick. Quite
Oh,
interesting.
oh my God. Also, like if you're like a legend player, like you will see a lot of Argus players around there. And also, into the late game, the Argus carries. Actually, even like he's gonna squish you into the early game, but if he gets scaled up into the late game, like it's going to be really scary.
You're absolutely right about the late game,
The
but speaking of
hunt
the draft, we are
begins.
seeing a Ruby pick coming in from Team Blue side. Two of the meta
Sniper
picks
ready.
has
Give me a
been
target.
picked off
Your
by
team
Team
is
Blue
picking.
along with that Leslie on that cold lane. So, she'll be dealing an amount of damage in the late games. Those lethal shots are going to be lethal. But again, Team Red, those two picks are quite mid to late game heroes, and I doubt like they would be needing some early damage just to make the game towards the late game though.
That's right. Like as an answer towards the Zask and the Argus picks, as since they're both the late oriented heroes, so as an answer to that, they also went for an MM who's actually late game. It's kind of like
Seeking to
Leslie onto the
devour
lethal
your
shots
Your
in late game
team
with
is
along
soul.
the two
banning.
BODs. It's going to be fatal. We would see almost like 50% HP drained or deleted out onto the squishy heroes like Zask or Moscow.
That's absolutely true, and that is the Moscow going the hands of Team Red, which will be on the gold lane. Moving on to the second phase of the draft.
Your
Oh,
team is
Terizla
banning.
ban. Maybe I don't think so. That would be a valuable ban unless they don't know that Ruby is going to be the EXP or the rumor.
That's right. Like I thought they would just go for the Ruby as a roamer, but maybe that could be a mind place coming in from the side of Negroes as well. Because Ruby could actually go for the roam picks, then also they could pick another EXP laner for themselves. And also
Also
Terizla ban would be kind of,
succumb to
Your
acceptable
war.
at
team
this
is
point.
banning.
Well, you are absolutely right, and we are seeing a Kofra ban coming in from Team Negros, and that could be a possible respect ban, or maybe they don't need that hero because like Ruby will be the frontliner, and she could have hard time against that Kofra. Oh, the blinks, the dashes she do after every skills.
That's right. Like you could say there's a Hylos and Kufra and like there's
Sir,
Tigreal
what's
ban.
your
So there's
command?
like
Your
three tanks
team
bans.
is
They don't want
banning.
engagers to, dive onto the late comp because they have scaling comp. So onto the late game, like if there's a miscommunication or there's a beautiful engages coming onto those tanks, it's going to be a wipeout maybe or like 3-0 kind of trade. But could be like they just don't want it, so they will won't fall for it. And out of nowhere, this is going to ban Kufra and Tigreal. I don't know why though.
Well, I do think like Team Negros, they are quite playing the mind games, panning
Herology
out
is my
Kofra,
core. Dicky is
making
my
sure
name.
that enemy do manage to pan out that Fanny. Some mind games being played at this point, but for the pick, I do suggest or recommend like at this point, Team Red, they should prioritize an early hero.
And
You know,
actually,
I
I would
see.
I would have to agree on that. Like, I didn't even thought of the Fanny ban coming in along with the Kufra, but you were right onto that. Like, most of the Fanny players, like, they intend to ban the Kufra pick because that disrupts the steel cables of the Fanny. But it was really good prediction coming on to you, Sasuke.
That is true, and for the Roma, I do think like Minotaur right now could be their best bet, or maybe an Atlas. Those
Yep.
fatal links could come in handy.
Oh,
Oh, that is the that is the
Here's
Castricans,
a
and they'll be
movie
locking down
star.
that Atlas for the Roma.
man, I'm really gonna buy you some lace chips right now. It's going to be the treat from my side as the good predictions from you. Oh my.
If my predictions are good, then it would be tough. If I just vouch for one of the teams and the Castakas is on, then that team would probably lose, and I don't want to do that right now.
That's right. Literally, like the fatal links coming onto the Atlas, it's going to be
I,
fatal on the side of
Minotaur, will
Negroes maybe.
finish
But
off what
as
was
an answer onto
left
that, they will just go for the
undone.
Minotaur pick right now to just disrupt from the because there's Argus and Zas coming in from the red side.
But no, for the mage, Team Negros could probably prioritize Zushin unless and until it's banned in the tournament. But
I'm
Zushin over
bound by
here,
nothing.
oh,
Your
okay,
family
they will
is
be
Oh,
locking
destiny.
down that cushion.
wow, that's onto that comp. I would really expect Gushen to be like that fast hand kind of like daggers switched and just the ultimate has been used probably.
I mean, you could say that like Gushen could be come in handy after level 4 along with that fast hands plays. And the early game, the mid in the mid early game Gushen could come in handy. But again, if you talk about the late game, I don't see anyone who could go a one-on-one against Arlord because I mean the Argus. I mean, we know like Argus, he'll be focusing on the lane pushing rather than joining in the team fights though.
That's right. But they have Ruby and Minotaur. Like they could just disrupt after the Argus ultimate. Like they could just waste his time along for this team to just when his
Alpha
ultimate
is
just ends, they could
online.
just dive onto him and just kill him right away.
Well, they could, but you won't. You would be requiring 2 or 3 heroes just to kill one hero. That could be fatal if there is a team fight for a lord or a turtle.
And actually, they would just satisfy the comp with them because they have Alva right now, and they have like 2 scaling heroes with them. Oh my sorry, there's like 3 scaling heroes with them. It's Argus, Zask, and Moscow. So the early to mid game is going to be totally reliant onto that Alpha.
That's absolutely true. So the draft has been drawn for both of the teams. Which team do you think has an upper hand? Because like both of the teams, they have pros and cons of their own individual draft along with the heroes itself.
From my perspective point of view, I could say the Julian would really, scale up faster than them because
Welcome
it's
to
like
Mobile Legends!
early to mid game. So maybe Julian could just probably camp better and,
5
just take
seconds
down
till
at
the
least
enemy
2 to 3
reaches the
kills onto him
battlefield.
because they have
Smash them!
Argus and Zask onto them.
All troops
I would
deployed!
vouch for Team Negroes just because it's Kentachi Zaraki on that Leslie.
Wow. Actually, able to manage to scale up faster into the late game is going to be fatal from the side of Mystic Vortex right now because, there's Argus against Ruby. So maybe Ruby's kind of like maybe like she's kind of dominant into the early game, but that Argus is really good in like forcing onto the 1v1 fights. Because also there's
That
Atlas going on to the help the Argus over there.
Yeah, that is something we don't usually see, and like Ruby knew like there was something like suspicious in the grass, and like, should be backing off as for now. No, oh, okay. Zask is also there. Well, that is quite something new. Like people usually rotating down to the EXP just to help them in the early phase of the game.
You could say that. And onto the jungle side, like Julian is trying to go for the Argus. Like he wants to take down the Argus because look onto the side of red side. They're trying to go for the gold lane, but onto that Julian he's kind of like making a clever play by taking the Argus out because you only have one escape skill coming in, and if it's baited, it's kind of over for the Argus and to the turret also.
That's absolutely true. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we might see something, but no, okay. Both teams are okay. There is Alpha. He would be charging an Alpha charge. No.
He's just trying to kind of, stealing the creeps from that Julian. Oh my god, we just didn't witness the first blood coming in from that Julian onto that Zas. And also the flicker won't be baited from the side of Zas. Because it's early game, also he wants to go for the Atlas kill as well. I know, my god, they will decide to take the kill onto their Alpha over their solo. He wants to go for the kill. Like Moscow is gonna join the team fight onto them. There's an enhanced sword coming in from that side. Alpha is extremely low, he will be taken down by the Gushin. The Gushin and the Julian is extremely low at this point. They want to go for the back as well. Like the turtle has been still spawned right now. After taking the blue buff from the side of blue, maybe they will go for the turtle right now.
That's absolutely true. The early damage coming in, early magic damage coming in from Team Negros is just too much. Meanwhile, look at that little shot. Leslie, oh my god. That Moscow just managed to save himself in minus 1% of the HP. Meanwhile, Ruby doing his job. Okay, that was nice. Hook coming in from Ruby though.
Whoa, it's going to be extremely bad position from the side of Ruby. She's extremely alone at that point, but she still has the flicker with her. So the Arm Offended will be used up. Maybe it will be back to the turtle. Maybe they will just saving it for the turtle. They're just trying to go for the but look at he's coming on to that Minotaur. He's trying to do some CC plays coming and still coming from that cushion. And also the Argus only waited on his ultimate and the turtle has been secured on the side of blue. It's going to be the Negros and the Julian securing that first turtle. There's going to be 9 minutes onto the mid side. After taking down on that cushion, that's going to be shut down coming in from Zaf on that cushion. They're actually going to Julian wants to go for the kill and it's going to be equal shots to get the kill onto the Leslie of the Atlas. The Zaf is low at this point. The ultimate of the Leslie wouldn't secure the kill.
That was some exciting team fight happening, even though like it was a good engage coming in from Indian Minotaur, but Alpha did manage to get out using his ultimate, but in the process he was down as the damage coming in from Gushan was just too much. Meanwhile, in the top lane we might see that Moscow. Oh, he knows like there is someone in the bush and he'll be back kicked down. Meanwhile, Alpha knows that there is the Minotaur and he'll be just poking down with his skills.
That's right. Like they want to go for the top tier, but they don't know. They're just trying to go for the camp. If there's a good fader links coming in from Atlas, along with the Alpha charge coming in. Oh my god! Don't the Mets have even witnessed that either. Like Bush will be taken down onto that team fight. Maybe Atlas wants to go for the more fader links coming in onto that Julia over there. Like maybe they're trying to go for the Nightmare spawn from the grass which is giving a ton of damage right now. This monster has been down by the enhanced basic attack from the Julian. The Julian and the Ruby is extremely low at this point. This Leslie ultimate has been popped off. These extremely low at this point. They want to go for the more Alpha charge. Maybe they'll back off with extremely swearing along to that Arthur. Julian is extremely low at this point. Oh my goodness! He will take the double kill at this point onto that even after getting at the low HP right now. What a beautiful play coming in from Dwayne at this point.
That is absolutely true. That was some, good outplay coming in from that Julian. Moscow again might be in some trouble. Okay, there is the Minotaur, but he won't be jumping or committing his skills over to that Moscow. That engage was being like Team Red, they did engage, but it was Team Blue who won that team fight. And again, the second turtle is up, and Atlas won't be doing, or like they don't have the upper hand. Again, Julian securing the turtle. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, there is just some dishing and dashing, but Ruby will be there securing a kill over to that Argus.
And the Ruby will actually show that I'm more dominant than the Argus in the early game. And actually, he just proved that because if you look on the Argus just died down to the 1v1 process right now. And also, they won the turtle at this point. So it's going to be goal difference. It's almost like 4k difference right now. Oh my god, they want to go with the gang and the mid lane after that tier. The Nightmare spawn will be used up. Also, the Fear of Destruction. Oh my god, what a beautiful field links coming in. 2 people field links coming in. It's going to be unstoppable for Julian at this point. Alpha will take down the Minotaur. He's trying to take down the Leslie at this point. When it will be used up from Ruby to disengage from this side. But they're extremely low at this point. She's trying to go for the more. The turret has been destroyed. We can see on the mid lane, the Alpha is extremely low and Atlas will be down as a sacrifice from their team. Argus wants to go for the kill, he wants to take a revenge for this team, but he's extremely low at this point. Oh, what a beautiful ultimate has been used up, but there's no kill coming in. I'm open along with the flicker, which is securing the kill onto that Argus. The Ruby is extremely low right now. Like she does no escape because she used her flicker right now. So maybe if they go for the kill, but maybe like she has a lot of sustain, so like they would just decide not to take it.
That is absolutely true. The engage, the early engage or the aggression coming in from Ruby again. I'm offended being used over to the Zaz, but this time Ruby in some dire situation and will be going down. But no, yes,
Oh.
Alpha will be securing that kill over to that Ruby. Meanwhile, Minotaur will be going down as Moscow will be securing that kill again. A good play coming in from that Kenji, making him like to shut down that Julian.
That's right. They wanted for the overextension and they actually fell for it and will get, punished for it. Actually, and that was a bad decision from the side of, Negroes at this point.
That's absolutely true. Again, the damage coming in from Alpha right now is just too much, and like Kushan will be forced to use down his ultimate just to make sure he gets back safe and sound. Meanwhile, look at that engage coming in from Ruby Minonian Fury being used, connecting down two people. Argus using his ultimate again, but this time Turtle been secured by Team Blue again, and Julian will be there securing a kill over to that Argus.
You know what happened? It was so ton of CC from to the Mystic Vortex from that Alpha. Like the Alpha couldn't even retreat. Like the lethal shot from the Leslie would secure that turtle at this point. He was so like engaged onto that CC that he didn't even got time to press the retribution. And they won't look onto the top side. The Tigers have been perfectly marked onto that Moscow. He wants to go for the kill. The Gushan will most probably take down over there, but no, he will secure. What a beautiful bait links coming onto there. But they will fail to take the kills, but it was going to be unstoppable from the side of Team Negroes. And maybe they want to go for the most enhanced chains as used upon that Alpha, and the lethal shot will be securing the double kill on that point. Triple kill coming in from the side of Negroes at this point. Leslie, the Kenpachi. Actually, the predictions were right for Sasuke, and actually, Leslie is just showing how strong she is in the late game.
Well, that is absolutely true. No, Kenpachi Zaraki, he is the one formidable foe to counterweight. Even like against, Ichigo, he was holding his strength. So I don't think so. Like this time, they would be ready to face off Kenpachi. Meanwhile, again in the top lane, Argus being using his ultimate, but his damage is quite low.
Wow, what a beautiful engage coming in from the Negro. It's going to be the double kill from Julian out of that Atlas. Like the Alpha went for the different kill, but triple kill gets the Minak at this point. But no, like I was just getting the flashbacks from that kill as you stole my Minak and the Savage Sasuke. But no, we're not going to talk about that thing right now.
That is some dark things or dark humor you've been talking about, but we'll go it pass by. Meanwhile, we are seeing like they are pushing down in the mid tower.
Oh,
And that is some beautiful outplay coming in from Ruby. I'm offended along with that flicker, making sure like she manages to take Argus out of the position, and he was forced to use down his ultimate just to get back in the process.
and actually, that if there were like 2 to 3 people at that point with that I am offended along with the flicker, maybe it was kind of like game over from the side of Mystic Vortex at this point, because others who can like win. They was like they actually Argus had the ultimate team. Even he would sacrifice himself to still save his life and just escape at this point. But they have taken the Lord. Let's see the Lord pass this. Maybe it could be the game side of Vortex.
Well, that is true unless and until we see an outstanding 3 or 4 man fatal links coming in from that Atlas, and that could be a game changer moment for them. It is just 10 minutes, and I'm like seeing like the damage coming in from Leslie is just too much at this point. Look at that, 3 shots, and the Zaspon is out.
Wow. Even, oh my god, what a beautiful play coming in from that French is used what a beautiful enhanced what the process comes out that they're trying to the thing they trying to use look at the kill, look at the kill shots coming in from the Leslie. They will take down the kill. It's going to the triple kill coming in from Leslie at this point. They will not take the V-neck at this point and just go for straight to the base, and the crystal has been popped out of the base. And it's going to the victory coming in from the Negroes.
Victory!
That is absolutely true. The engage coming in from that Minotaur along with that flick combination were just on point. I do believe like it was the Minotaur who was the star of this game instead of Leslie. We know like the damage dealers, they always do their best, but it is the frontliner, the setter who sets sets the heroes for the damage dealer to do their job this time again.
That's right. Like, the flicker we saw that Minotaur was so accurate. Even after like he sacrificed his life, but he did something and then he just sacrificed himself. Like, if there's nothing else to do, I'll just die, but take the damage and die. And in the meantime, after he was sacrificed, the Leslie and the Gushen dealt so ton of damage along with the I'm offended from the Ruby. And those enhanced sights coming in from the Julian, they were just melting the Alpha and the Atlas at this point. Even after building the Athena shield from the Atlas, he still took a lot of magic damage from that, the Julian and the Gushen.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. Gushan was actually waiting for the Athena's passive just to vent it out, and then again, with his ultimate, he was dashing in and trying to do the most damage from his daggers and stuffs. But it was Leslie, and in the team fight, it was quite minimal threat for the Leslie. I mean, like most of the them were just to focus on killing down the Gushan, the Julian, the Ruby, and like no one was marking down that Leslie, and which was the true MVP, as we can see right now. Ken Pachi on that 11 or 11. Oh, that is quite a good score, though.
I would literally agree on you. And actually, they didn't even let the Mystic Vortex to scale up. Like, they were just, beating, they were just dominant. They were just keeping the dominance from the mid game. And actually, they wouldn't be able to scale up. And also, they were just getting punished for it. So, even after doing a ton of overextension, they would still manage to, will not scale up at this point because from the Negroes, they actually overextended for like 3 to 4 times. But even though they will not get enough gold to farm from that, but let's not go anywhere, guys. Like it's going to be the game three in the short break after a moment.
All right, welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to this beautiful evening. And to just spice it up, we are back with the game number three. This is Legends Unleashed MOBA 5v5. On the blue side, it's Team Eliminators taking on Team TPS on the right side. I'm Sasuke, and along with me, there is none other than Silverhawk himself.
Good evening, everyone. So, like I have the high hopes from this match because, along from the last tournaments, you've seen that the Eliminators is a really strong team. So, it's going to be a tough battle from the side of TPS because the Eliminators, the Bid, the
Who
Crisis,
said there are
they
no
are really
shortcuts in
good.
life?
They're
I
really good
literally
players. But the
invented
whole
one.
team, it's a really good team. Like, even after the bans, you would see they would really maybe respect bans or could be a meta bans coming in from their side. But let's not get ahead of ourselves because they're really good actually in the
Sir,
ganking the
what's your
lanes,
command?
onto the
Your
team fights,
team
along
is
with the lord
banning.
dances, along with the objectives. They're really good. Like it's not like we haven't seen them like playing any match together. But let's just be honest over here. What do you think, Sasuke?
Well, speaking of the bans, we are seeing a fanny ban coming in from Team TPS, maybe a respect ban, or they might have studied the opponents, or some intel gathering about the enemy heroes, though.
Because there's actually like they have to wait for like 5 to 7 minutes onto the lobby. So maybe they would have checked the the profile onto the favorite heroes coming in from the side of team eliminators. So actually maybe they would go for the respect bans, or they would go for a kind of like they would just ban out the brawl comps kind of picks like Minotaur, Zask, like the Ling, the Hayabusa. Like you can expect those bans right over here.
Hayabusa.
That is
Your
absolutely
team
true.
is
And talk
banning.
about the Hayabusa, we are seeing him panning out from the side of Team Eliminators again.
Yeah, right. Like no need. Let's just like from this side, like there's no need to ban out anything. Respect comes from the side of TPS. It's just like going for the normal meta pick bans. The meta bans like the chip, the Hayabusa, could be the Ling ban, what could be the Roger ban. But hey, but they have the first pick. So if they would prioritize something and do some mind plays over here, so they would actually get
Hmm.
at least one pick from them.
Well, I'm thinking about that Team Eliminators could get their hands on Ruby or Hylos,
I
even
see
in
lots
either
of
of the
prey.
lanes,
Your
that is
team
side,
is
or maybe a
banning.
Hyper too.
Yeah, you can see that because there's Zuxian open as well. With haven't no one has banned Zuxian yet. So maybe they would go for a Link ban. There's Zuxian ban, there's a Zask ban, there's a Hylos ban. There's a ton of bans right now. Could be there's respect bans coming in. You never know because there's Ruby as well. So along from the EXP bans, there's a lot of bans coming in from the mage, or could be the fight or the tank picks. They could be because the respect bans already been there for like this Fanny and Roger, because from the side of team eliminators, they have also picked Roger into the previous tournaments.
That's absolutely true. And we know like Roger could be a true devastating hero along with the
May the blood
Skypios
of my
along
enemies
and
flow in my
maybe with the
spirit.
Thunder Belt. But talking about the final pick for the first phase of the draft, or not the pick, but the ban, we are seeing a Minsta ban coming in from Team Eliminators. That ban is like quite
Your
a good
team
ban in my opinion because Winstar
To
could
live is to trick the
definitely
Reaper.
neglect most of the heroes or rather counter most of the heroes. Talk about Ruby, talk about Terizla, talk about any Blink heroes. It could just, no, like neglect the Blinks in the team fight itself and making it an upper hand.
That's true. Like along with the King's calling, it's really good for their side. They could actually secure a good combination along with the side of could be if the pick Terizla or Ruby with Amalfunded and the penalty zone along with the Minotaur's ultimate, or
My mission
maybe they will
is
go
to
for
protect
Atlas. Or you
lives.
never know because they just ban out the Minseta at this point. So along with the Kings, they don't like the King's calling at all. I think so because from the every tournament or the every match they've played, most probably there's a high chance they're gonna go for
Let
the
them
Minseta
play the
ban. But we
hero.
can see this they have
I will
prioritized
be the
the Hylos
truth
at this
this
point.
world
And you can see
desperately
there's Ling open
needs.
and Zast open. I'm waiting for any other team to pick it.
Well, talking about the sauce, there is Zushin also open along with the Ruby, and I was hoping for Team TPS that they will be getting their hands over to those heroes or maybe any one of them. But like I'm saying, like they are prioritizing their picks over to that Yushang, the EXPD lane.
That's true because it's a knockout match, so they will just have to go full out onto the
Minotaur.
comfort
Your
zone.
Let's
team
finish
Because
is
off
if they
what was
don't
banning.
go it,
left
they won't. They will
undone.
have. There's a high chance they will just get some nervous onto them, some anxiety issues, but because they're just going for the comfort picks along with them, as long as they have a good hero pool with them, so they would just go for the brawl comp over here because you can see there's a Minotaur and the Yuzhong. So that's totally enough
Rise
CC.
and serve me.
That's absolutely true. And
It's
this
not every
time,
day you
Team
see such
Eliminators,
a
without
handsome
wasting their time, they'll be locking down their hands over to that Sask along with that Ling.
Like, so if you compare onto the both teams, like from the blue side, from the team eliminators, it's going to be the comfort picks. I mean, sorry, it's going to be the meta picks as well as the comfort picks. But if you look onto the side of TPS, it's going to be the only comfort picks from the side of TPS right now. You're just waiting for to see the third pick. What is going to be? Is it going to be a marksman or mage, or could be potentially be a hyper?
We never know unless and until they have locked it down. What are your opinions? Like, we could probably see a Zushin over here, but seeing the enemy comp, I don't prefer like Zushin would be a good pick right now because there is a high loss along with the Ling just marching down over to you.
You should be ashamed for not
We've
trusting
seen
yourself.
Udon. I was
Is
expecting a
banning.
Julian over here because they have Zask and Ling over here. So the Julian along with his enhanced sight, it is enough to delete the Zask without his ultimate. If he gets caught into the chain with the enhanced sight, is enough to kill him in the early game. But they would just slide it down. They would just won't take it. So we just go for the Eudora pick, and I think it's most probably for the Zask and the Ling.
That's absolutely true. And moving on to the second phase of the draft, we could see like they would be probably panning out the marksman, the Clint, probably as he is doing too much or rather progressing too much in the gold lane with those buffs he just got recently in the recent patches.
You could say that. You could say that, and also like there's like comfort picks coming in from the team TPS right now. But
Chivalry is
you
dead.
can see also it's a
Your
counter
I
team
pick.
will
is
revive
But
it.
if there's no enough damage onto the Eudora to kill or the melt down the Ling and the Zask, maybe it's going to be fatal because if they just it's going to be kind of like backfire if she isn't enough to take down the kill onto the Zask and to the Ling. So if she fails to take down the kill, so it's going to be really tough backfire because the Zask will just use a Nightmaric Spawn along the Tempest of Blades from Ling.
That's absolutely true. And talking about the ban, that is a Clint ban. Damn. Did I just activated my Bangekyo Sharingan for this games though?
Your
We would have to
team
wait for
is
that last day because
40,000
like
worlds.
you're still on
And
that
not
phase.
a
We have like
single
kind
word
of
of the
thing on
only
Sharingan
one
right now.
bound
But
by
let's not
his
get ahead of ourselves.
chains.
It's going to be Martis ban coming in from the side of Team Eliminators, and it's going to be the Phobius ban, and it's kind of like meta pick. So yep, obviously it's kind of accepted at this point.
That is absolutely true. I mean, like Team TPS, they have something in their mind like that ban was just to an instant, like without
Trust.
thinking about a second, like
is on
yeah,
the
just
line.
ban it
Team is
out.
picking.
We are planning for something and we'll ban it out.
Yep, you could say that. You could say that. Like also, like they're still left to pick the marksman and the hyper from the side of TPS. Like they're just saving it. Maybe they will just save the hyper pick for the last. They just want to see the whole comp from the side of team eliminators. Maybe he would pick a comfort or kind of like a counter pick along the side of as an answer to the team eliminators. Because right now, if they go for the MM right now, the EXP and the marksman from the side of team eliminators, maybe it's going to be a counter pick for the team comp they have currently.
Well, I do prefer a Leomord or a Droth in the hyper right now because like leaving the last option for the gold lane would probably come in handy and taking a tanky pick or a fighter pick in the hyper for team TPS would get
What is
them a
stated.
upper hand though. But we
Your
are seeing a
team is
question
Jubilant.
in the hyper for team TPS.
Wow, it's going to be the Gushin. Oh my god. Like, regardless of the fact they have the Hylos on their team from the team eliminators along with the Zask. Because, Zask has the flicker. If the Tiger is missed from the Gushin, it's going to be tough because he only has like one or two escape skills at this point. And also, if he has the backup, then they have the high chance to secure the kill. But, if they go for the Angela,
You've
if
got
they
the
go for the
looks.
Angela
I've
could
got
just
the
go
brains.
for the Roam at this point, and Hylos could be the EXP.
Well, that is absolutely true. But this time we are seeing a Harriet in the gold lane. And
Let's see.
okay,
What's beneath this
Your team is
bandages?
picking.
that
Oh my
is
god.
Kufra on the Roma section.
Oh my god, it's
I've
so
been
scary
waiting for
comp.
too
Just
long.
look at those picks. It's going to be Kufra and those Hylos. Like, how would they scale up? Even they, although they have picked the carry as an answer to that, Kufra and that Hylos, but we can see like if the carry isn't able to farm up or the scale up quite properly along with the golden stuff on her items, it's really tough to melt them down because there's only Gushin. Even the Eudora have the burst, but the burst isn't enough to burst down those tanky heroes, right?
That's absolutely true. And based on the draft, Silva, what do you think, or would you vouch for the team for this game? Because like both the teams, again, they have good draft. Maybe in the jungle section, I would doubt a Ling against a Cushion, but it all depends on the play, how they execute those abilities on that heroes.
That's right. Like if I say the team eliminators, you would say I'm just being biased at this point. But like it's kind of common because look at the draft of their team, like from the team eliminators, because they have like almost two
Welcome to
engagers,
Mobile
and also
Legends!
outside of you could say was
5
only like
seconds till the
one
enemy
engager
reaches
at
the
this point and a one
battlefield.
zoner.
Smash them!
That's absolutely true. And
All troops deployed!
I would, conflict or would rather give or prove my point in the gold lane. Like, and even in the early game, like Harith would be have an upper hand over to that carry. And once Harith is farm, he would definitely be able to melt. But again, look at that. Kufra just providing some visions, basic intel for his team, which is mandatory. And that was a force retribution for from that cushion. That intel is, I do think, like quite high priority. Like,
Yeah, you could say that. Also, if you look, since you have used the retribution at this point, the Hyros is going for the red buff. They're just going to invade at this point. There's Minotaur also there to punch him, but he still has the revive life to get his HP back. And Kushan is extremely bad at this position because he still doesn't escape skills at this point, and he's just gonna fall off as the first one coming in. And there's like Yuzhong to go and do the kind of damage at this point. If the Isn't doesn't popped up, and yes, the Isn't doesn't popped up, and the Yuzhong will secure one kill onto that Hylos. Maybe he's trying to do more zone through that Kufra at this point. Because look at the difference, look at the height difference at this point. The Ling is level 4 right now. If he goes for the kill, he will post office get it, and the 10% of this popped off. What a beautiful sword picking up coming in from the side of Zerar Moon at this point. Maybe if he goes for the red buff, he will even secure it because he still has the retribution left at this point with him.
that's absolutely true. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, look at the aggression coming in from Zask, making sure that he gets the gold. Meanwhile, Kushan again going down in the red buff area as Kufra was there to manage and secure a kill for his name.
Wow, what a beautiful combination coming in from the side of team eliminators. And the Ling will secure another kill onto that Yuzhong at this point. Like, they could just force off the turret. They're not even forcing onto the gold lane. The carry's here in the free farm. But if you look onto the carry, she has vengeance. So there's no escape skill coming in from her because after the second kill, there's nothing to escape for her. And also the Ling gets the kill onto the carry. The Ling is going to be moved up from the side of TPM.
That is absolutely true. And look at the early aggression coming in from team eliminators. It's just too much to handle. It's barely 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and we are seeing a 3k gold lead if this continues. And maybe Team TPS would be having a huge or hard time for them, though.
And also, like, the Hariri is winning the 1v1 situation onto that carry. So maybe he will chunk down the gold from that gold lane. And we'll look onto the mid side. The Gushan ultimate has been used up along the Tyrant's Revenge. But Zaf will secure the kill onto that Gushan because he still hasn't been able to scale up quite well.
That's absolutely true, and I think like the mid tower maybe it will be going to fall down because damage. Okay, the pushing and Kufra once again jumping down, knocking that towards that Minotaur. He is going down, and Zas will be there to secure a kill along with the tower going down. Gushan using his fast stance combination, but the damage is just too low, and he'll be going back.
Whoa, Black Dragon form has been used. It's time to go for the kill, but Zas still has the flicker with them. So maybe even, oh my god, what a beautiful setup coming in from that Yuzhong, but it's going to fail because Zas still has the flicker with them. So look in the left side, the Ling with the 10% has popped up. Maybe it's over for the speed or right. And yes, it will. And along with the 3 minutes, it's almost going to 4 minutes right now, and the mid tier 2 has already fallen down. Maybe they're not even focusing on side lanes, but instead, they're just trying to go for the mid lane and take it instead, and they will be successful in that.
That's absolutely true. Meanwhile, again, Zask using his ultimate, and that will be okay. The burning sensation coming in from Zask is damage coming in, and that will be enough to melt down that mighty dragon.
Also, from onto the bot lane, the light speedy views coming in from the carry, like the speedy light views. Oh, but never mind, the mid lane is coming. The Minotaur's ultimate has used up the. It's going to be the shutdown onto that Graf because still didn't have a kicker at this point. It's going to be unstoppable for that Graf along with the fast off. He's dead. The Tempest of Blade will popped up. Triple kill coming in for the lane. Maybe he's trying to go for the fourth. Triple kill. Most of they won't be a triple kill, but it's going to be the wipeout coming in. Look at the HP of that Kufra, but he still refuses to recall at this point. They want to take the inhibitor as well.
That is absolutely true. It is barely 5 minutes and they are already chunking down the mid inhibitor tower. And it's almost like 50% of the HP, and the early aggression from this team is just too much. I mean,
Yep, you're right on that one. You look at the damage of the Eudora, it's still not able to get any kills. He will fall for the bait at this point. The Yuzhong has been punished for that. They want to go for the more at this point because it's like 4v5 situation at this point. But look at the HP of that Kufra. It's a good Tyrant's revenge. Maybe they will start a kill at this point. Tempest of Blades has been popped up along with the Nightmare Spawn. It's going to be perfect. Shing, 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 shing coming in onto that lane. What a beautiful pass hands coming in from that Seraph move. They're trying to go for the base at this point. Davenport has been used up after using his full combo, still not able to secure the kill at this point. Look at the HP of that Eudora at this point. What a beautiful bot like coming in for that lane. The last Nightmare Spawn has been used at this point. They won't take the base at this point, but they still have 2 players dead from their side, so they will just back off. They're just trying to go for the overextension, but oh, look at the HP of that Kufra.
damn, that was just too much, 1% HP and surviving. Last hit, McCain, a crash coming in from Cushion, but damage won't be enough to melt it down. Leaving it there just to saving Tempest of Blade being used over to the Dragon. A beautiful plays and dash is coming in, but McCain will be securing that kill, but in the process, Carry will be shutting that down and securing a kill for his name. No, that's done. From the Eudora over to that Ling was just too perfect, and Carry was there to secure a kill.
Oh, maybe he's charging. The Kufra is charging for the Tyrant's revenge. Maybe there's Zard's ultimate along with them, but they will just wait for the link to spawn back. Or they will just end it respectfully along with the Lord. But they don't need to because if you look on the side of Team Red, they're extremely low in the gold. Like they want to go for the kill onto that carry. Look at that HP of the carry with the little flicker kick coming in, more the coming with the throne of Finch coming in for that hurry, and the mega kill coming in for that hurry. They want to go for the kill onto that Eudora. There's going to be the killing spree of the Kufra. Black Dragon form has been used up. Maybe even go for the kill. He's trying to do some. He's trying to drone all them off along with the base. There's a minion wave coming in. Maybe they will just go for the stun onto the base. Oh my god! The carry is too low and need to be punished onto that. The Cushion will secure the Hylos at this point, but no, they will not be able to secure the base defense at this point. It's going to be the crystal popped out of the base at this point. That's going to be the win from the side of Team Eliminators.
My oh my, that was maybe a shortest match of this day.
Wow.
Correct me. Was it even? Oh my God, that is 7 minutes and 1 second in the game. 25-7, a total domination coming in from Team Eliminators. And the early aggression from that Kufra and that Hylos in the early game over to the jungle area. That was the game changer moment, in my opinion, though.
That's right. And look onto that. Look into that KD of that Kufra. Oh my goodness. Like it's like 4-0-15. What a beautiful engage is coming from that Kufra and that Hylos. Like this secured every objective. They secured every objective and every kill possible without doing an overextension. Oh, maybe, but they still did a lot of overextensions. But they traded for it. Like even if the Zas was dead, they still secured to take 2 kills onto that Gushin and that Eudora. And every time what happened, like whenever the Black Dragon form was used up from that Yuzhong, they literally had all the utilities on them. Along with the Ling, he had the Tempest of Blades ready. From the side of Kufra, he had the Tyrant's Rage with them ready to, disrupt the Black Dragon form after the Black Dragon form has been used up. And exactly that's what happened. So, the Yuzhong wasn't even able to give a good sets along with the Petrify.
That is absolutely true. And this is all we have to talk about. Game number 3. With a short break, we'll be back with the game number 4.
We're live. Hello, guys. So this is me, your caster Leon, and this match is between Celsius and Team Sabokche. So here we see the first ban from the Team Celsius. Let's see what the ban. So what do you think, buddy? Like, what's with the ban? They have the first pick after all.
Well, I've seen Celsius Esports in multiple tournaments, and we've seen Super Kev trying to prioritize the chip mostly. So I guess they might draft a way we might be seeing
Who
maybe a
said there are
Carmilla
no
ban.
shortcuts
But
in life?
interestingly,
I
the first
literally
ban is by
invented
Chip
one.
himself. In fact, in
Oh,
the
like
Battle Pass tournament, they went all the way, until the semis using Chip itself.
yeah, like a chip is really good if you have a good team support. Like you have them really nice map control, and you can literally call your whole team in one rank. So and they
Your
can go back to
team
the
is
lanes in an
banning.
instant. So that's a real. Oh, they got a Hayabusa ban. Well, that's a decent ban coming from the team Sabokche. But they have the first pick. I guess banning Roger and Hylos will be better, rather than banning Hayabusa or Ling.
True that. We've seen Roger as a flex pick is just too strong to be left alone. You can build
Yep.
almost anything on him, and he can still end up dominating, especially a Roger and Angela combo. So yeah, that is
Yep.
something we have to.
From the from the first last matches we have seen Roger playing gold lane,
Butterfly is
and
born by thy
Roger
Your
has a
wish,
team
jungler,
is
and
banning.
guided
it's
by
really
lantern's
flexible. You
light.
can play it as a gold lane, you can play it as a jungler. And the fun fact about Roger is you don't need prioritize or concentrate on your items. You have really nice base damage, so you can really go for early ranks and invades, quick buff clearings. That's really nice.
May the blood of my
Oh,
enemies
there is a
Your
flow
Mince
from
team
my
ban.
is
spear.
What do you
banning.
think? Like they're gonna pick Ling or maybe some Assassin. Like that's why Mincy ban it's kind of reasonable. Maybe that's heroes.
It could be true. It could be something like maybe a Harith or something like or something strong on the EXP like a Paquito, a Lancelot,
Like
Nolan. There are a lot of options.
yep, yep. Banning Mincetar can give you a lot of mobile heroes with a lot of dashes that can just give damage
The
and come
hunt
back.
begins.
Oh, there's a
Your team
Ruby.
is
What do you think?
banning.
I guess they should ban Roger. I'm seriously. Team Savok should ban Roger or maybe Hylos. You don't want to give those guy those two people in. You don't want to see those two people in one team. That's kind of
Exactly.
one-sided match.
Hylos is
And this
extremely
current
annoying.
meta, yep, with the in the current meta, Hylos as a tank with a lot of sustain, a shit ton. If you look closely at late game, Hylos HP is more than the Lord.
Your team
That's
is
love.
picking.
That's really funny.
Still waters run deep.
Oh,
Your
there's a
team
Ling
is
pick here,
picking.
and they're giving away Roger. Oh, that's something that I won't expect. It's really unexpected for me.
And they've left a
My mission
Beleric ban
is
for
to
the last
protect
ban.
lives.
And
Yep.
the red team has taken up a Hylos this as soon as the timer started for them. Instant lock, no
Yeah.
hesitation on that. But they're
No
hovering over an
hesitation on that.
Roger, which is kind of surprising.
If you see, yeah, if you see the current meta, that pick is 30, mostly 60% is picked or it's banned because of its high damage and sustain because it's a tank and marksman combined. So
Exactly.
what do you think?
Let them play the
Oh
hero.
no, there is
Your
a
I will
team
be
is
the
picking.
truth this
that was
world desperately
they are
needs.
literally playing with us, showing us something, making us to think about the draft, and they're suddenly, nah, you are wrong. We have something else in mind.
Exactly. And I was kind of expecting to see
I am
maybe
the
a Zask
devourer
pick
of
by,
stars,
Team
the tide of the
Chabokche,
cosmic
but they've
sea.
given the Zask over to Team Celsius. And
And
the
edit
Edith
too.
I
That's
feel
really
like
interesting.
I feel like unless Chabokche has a specific game plan in mind,
I am the priestess of
I feel like
primal
there's some
lightning,
kind
Your
of
team
the hunter
is
of
miscommunication in the
all the
draft
evil
because those are
gods.
three really strong meta heroes. And Ling, despite that critical damage nerf, he is not really, he's not still, off the ban list. He's still too strong to be left alone. They have a lot of
Like,
mobility
it's
on
not
them.
because, it's actually not because of the damage, but it's because of the mobility. Because if you see, Link can easily
I will
mark the
find a
backliners,
way,
and now see they have
even
a
when all is
Vexana, and that
forlorn.
I don't think like that was a good pick because there is a Link, there is a Zask, and it's kind of hard for Vexana to counter both of them. And there is a Terizla
Your
ban.
team is banning.
And
So they're just banning the. So they're just cutting off the hero pools of the team Celsius so that they can go for more sustain. So they will be a little squishy or easy to kill for them. I
and
can
yeah,
say
the
that was a
Tesla
nice
ban.
ban.
True that, and I think the Tesla ban does still make a little sense
Gaze
because
upon the
like they can
Your
edge
flex
of
pick
the
team
that
is
void.
either
banning.
into the EXP or the roam. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of options with Celsius. They still have a lot of heroes
Oh,
open.
and
Roger is open. They have
like
Carmel
that's
open.
like I'm really confused.
Your
Like
team is banning.
why none of the team are prioritizing Roger? Like they can even go for Roger for a gold lane at this time. It have a nice sustain and it have a really nice damage, and we all know the passive of the Roger. If someone is trying to run with low HP, it's really easy for Roger to pick them off or secure the kills.
Exactly. It is maybe the Vexana
Trust.
and Hylos,
Alpha
if
is
they
Your
played
team
right.
is picking.
And I was gonna say, if Chabokche picks up an alpha, they can do something. And right as I said that, they've banned out the alpha and the Nolan. Like Nolan is one of those
Yep.
few heroes with this combo, he can just melt down, Zast's spawn. So Zask
Yep.
is kind of
Like
stuck there.
Lonin is kind of really underrated right now, but Loki it's pretty strong. Even after the nerf, it's pretty strong. Like you just need a good setup. Like then you can just go and mark the backliners. Like it's an instant melt. You can just delete them if they are low than even if they're in 80% HP. It's really easy for Nolan to melt them. And with the new Sky Piercer, it's easy for Nolan.
I've
And
been
they've taken a
waiting for
carry.
too long.
Normally, we would be seeing a carry on, Celsius esports side to melt that, Yuzong, to melt that Lord of Vexana, to melt that Hylos on his glorious pathway. But maybe they took the carry just to ensure the opponent team does not get it.
Well, they still have an option of Claude, and Claude is really nice in this game actually. If they take a really nice tank like Mino or something, I'm not sure about Mino. Like support will be useful, maybe. I'm not really sure about what's with that pick, but a Claude pick will be really game changing because
I think
that will be easy to mark the black liners.
true that. I think they might Celsius esport could take something like a really hard tank.
I see lots of
Like
gray.
something that can stop the Hylos from rushing in, or they could take
Always on the way.
Carmilla, so the
Your team
damage,
is
the single
picking.
target damage of Ling and Zask can
Swivel.
actually spread to the whole team.
Oh,
And the
Slash.
last pick is a
and we see a
Roger
Roger
Not bad.
Fanny.
and Matilda with a Fanny.
What do you
Yeah, the
think?
Fanny
Like
pick
whose
was.
draft do you prefer?
Well, at this point,
Who's
I'm going with Team Chaboksha's draft because they have a really nice sustain, a late game hero carry, and Vexana is if she is nice, then she can really hold off Roger and Ling because of her second skill and ultimate, and she can just stop them off. But at the same time, they have like the Team Celsius, they have Matilda that can give them more, and like they have a really high mobile heroes like Ling, Matilda, and Roger. So it could be hard for Team Chobok for their backliners. But a Fanny pick now actually the game depends on Fanny. Like if she can do something in early game, it will be really hard for the team Celsius to turn the match in late game because they have a carry and a Hylos, and not to mention a dragon.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the
So
battlefield.
okay?
Smash
That
them.
makes
let's go
sense.
into the match.
Like
All troops deployed.
and we're into the land of dawn with both teams starting off with the blue buff, a leash being provided to both teams. And the thing about the new meta is both teams can leash their junglers without the jungler having to lose EXP, so they can stay there until that buff is secured.
Yeah, that's a really nice update from the Moonton. And we can see the Fanny's clearing speed is kind of higher than Ling, but here I see Ling is clearing is pretty fast. Like, I'm not gonna say like, but Zas really helped in the blue buff. Otherwise, it would have been really hard for Ling to clear it. Azaz is really nice in this meta actually. Okay, we see a EXP rank here, and I feel like Dragon will fall. I feel. Oh. And here we have a first blood of Dragon. There was a really nice rotation from the Zask and Edit, and the first blood goes to Team Celsius, and Flicker goes down of Zask, and Hylos goes down too, and a double kill for Zask. That was really nice play. And hands off to Zask. And here we see Ling is also ignoring the gold lane, and he's coming for the top lane rank because I feel like okay, Carry has a flicker. For a while I really thought like Carry was playing in Vengeance or something. I feel like I need glasses.
And meanwhile on bot side, we see Roger going to Lycan form. But Hylos is there to, zone Super Kev. Meanwhile, Fanny dives in with her steal, but fails to secure
ultimate. But it's like it's a Matilda after all. Like you can't really one-shot a tank, a roamer in early game, even if you are a Fanny. And the main thing was she didn't even have a blue buff, so it's really hard. She had to back off. She couldn't go in for the kill. Oh, and I see Ling going for the buff, and Ling takes Fanny's buff. That was a really bad thing for Fanny. And Edit's nice rotation. Will Fanny fall? And Fanny falls down. That was a really nice gameplay from Team Celsius. Really nice rotation from Edit and really nice buff securing from the Ling. And they're giving Fanny really hard time. And as we know that Fanny is an early game hero and they're not really letting her to farm. And Vexana falls down. What do you think? Like Fanny can take a buff? I don't really think so. Like Ling is on. Okay, Ling is going for the securing the kill of the carry, and I guess he will secure it. And there is a double kill for the Ling. Roger lives with low HP, and I feel like they're gonna dig the tower gold of the bot lane. And okay, let's see then what's happening in the top lane. Let's see. Okay, there's a really slow-paced gameplay as we will expect from EXP lane. There's nothing much happening, and again Edit on Fanny's jungle. That Edit is really giving a Fanny really hard time in jungling. This is really an interesting match, and there is a really nice lead, like for Team Celsius with a with 5 kills with his, and then Team Red has literally 0 kills, and that's really bad because they have a Fanny, and that's a early game hero. Late game it will fall, and they're invading again Fanny's buff. Okay, this time I guess Fanny secures it. Okay, Zaz going in for the carry. Dragon comes in. Blade dance from the Ling, and Vexana falls down. Fanny trying to secure. Okay, she got the Vast, and Ling showing some nice pass hands with his blade dance, but failed to secure Hylos, and now they will be caught.
And meanwhile on bot side, we finally see Fanny trying to get a kill on Outcast, but she has to zone out, and she does not have enough energy or damage to take down that Roger, with Roger being more tanky during his Lycan form. Meanwhile, Super Sky is on top, taking the lane clear. Ling was nearby, and he has begun to start the turtle. We have Matilda and Zas moving on to create that zone. Hylos is there, but I don't think Fanny will be able to reach there in time.
And the main problem is finding. I guess the turtle fight was. Yeah, you can continue. I'm sorry. I just got carried away, like by seeing like the farm difference.
Exactly. It is 5 minutes in, and there is a goal lead of nearly 3k up. Like, it's almost 3k, which is a huge lead in the early game.
Oh.
That's like almost. And as we speak, Ling has gone and secured a kill on Vexana, but a shutdown with that perfect timing of Vexana, who gets that double kill onto both the Roger and the Ling, both the carries of Team Celsius. Hylos has popped his glorious
Now-
pathway, and Fanny is near blue, and there is Rask with his nightmaric spawn ult charging down onto the Hylos, and Hylos gets away with a sliver of his HP. Meanwhile, Super Kev is zoned out, Fanny zoned out, Zask is there solo, but he has his flicker
I
to
guess
escape.
Zask will fall down, but oh no, like, oh, the thing is there, Link came back, and I guess the Fanny's buff will be invaded again. That's a really bad, they're giving a really bad time to a Fanny, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's really frustrating for a Fanny player if he's not getting his buffs or the farm properly. Because even though you have nice damage, even though you are a nice player, even though you know how to play a hard hero, you can't really do anything because you are way too buff dependent. And the enemy team, the team Celsius, is really zoning them hard. So the team Chabok Choi can't really do anything about it. And the farm difference is just growing and growing. I feel like it may end in the first or the second Lord, but we never know. Because in late games, they really have a really strong draft because of the Hylos and the carry. What do you think, this Hylos with the Glorious pathway? And okay, there was not enough damage, and Hylos survives.
And meanwhile, we haven't seen the YZ much in this fight. He's stuck in his lane, and I think the draft of Chabok Choi is really strong, but they're not getting the time to actually do anything. And meanwhile, Albert successfully on the move.
Yeah.
Edith has used her ult. Hylos zones in. He dives onto the Zas. Zas pops his ult. Super Kev has dived in onto the Hylos. Huge damage being taken by the Hylos as he is taken down. Still secured by Matilda.
And I guess Carry will fall down, but no, I guess Rose is gonna chase Carry, and Carry flickers out. So Fanny is getting her buff after a long time. Will we see a play, or I guess they're gonna take the turtle, but no, I think they're not gonna take because the Ling was down and he just respawned. I feel like the match flow is changing, and it's changing its tide to us, the team Chabok Choi, as they're trying to recover the farm and the lead. And we see Edit in the jungle, and Flicker goes down. Will Edit survive? Fanny goes down. Fanny went out. Then there's a lot of things happening in bot lane. Link with his sword dance. And oh, that was a really nice and carry force. That was really nice out from Vixana, but I don't think it was enough.
And yeah, Miko, the Vexana is at 5 deaths. A really vulnerable, squishy hero with the amount of dive that Celsius Esports has. Meanwhile, Nikesh, the Yuzong has taken down a single turret. So turret-wise, both teams are match to match, but the gold lead is just going up. It's at 4k right now. And looking at the items, we see Hylos going for a Thunderbelt first item, which is kind of surprising. I would have liked to see the Radiant Armor and Dom Eyes instead, because the amount of magic damage that comes out from these teams is really,
Yeah, the magic
really
damage.
high.
Yeah, it's really melting. Like without a Radiant, it's really hard to counter a Zask and a Edit, because those continuous magic bursts is way too much to handle even for a tank like Hylos.
And yep, Matilda forced to flicker out, and Ling once again secures the blue. Fanny has gone without a blue buff for the past 3 minutes, and it's really difficult for a Fanny to contribute that to an early game without the amount of cables she can land. She's forced to clear a lane and recall every single time. And within 10 minutes of the game, we already see Celsius Esports marching down to the base and popping inhibitor shields. Good amount of damage coming in, but there's just not enough gold on the side of team Chabokche to really do anything. Fanny's cabling in and out with a lot of fast hand. It's not sufficient.
Fanny is trying to make them zone or make them really low so they can defend the lore, but that's not really enough damage from Fanny. Okay, Dragon goes in. I guess we're gonna see a play. Okay, Matilda falls down. Roger falls down. Edit. Dragon going in for the kill of the Zask and Edit, but I guess Dragon will fall down. And there's a carry trying to secure the kill on the Ling, but Ling escapes. Okay, Fanny tried. I just flickered, but she failed to do the play. And Fanny secures the kill of the other. Ling goes away with trying with low HP and Zaz in the jungle. I don't think that's a really good position for a mage like Zaz, but maybe he's just confident. Like with the amount of gold he has, he can manage. I guess they're gonna take to secure the Fanny's buff. Okay. And Ling with the ultimate, Zaz with the ultimate, and Ling secures the kill on the carry, and Ling falls down. And the dragon goes in, Matilda with her ultimate, and Zaz survives. This Matilda is really helping a lot for their mage. Like with the positioning this mage has, the Matilda is really helping him a lot. Like with her second skill, like it's really mobile. Like Zaz don't really have any dash skills, and after his flicker, he's really vulnerable. But because of Matilda, he can really play aggressive because he has something to escape. Okay, we see the enhanced lord popping up. I guess, yep, that will be enhanced lord. What do you think? Like, are they going to contest? I feel like they should contest. Otherwise, it will be a game-changing lot if the team Chabok Choi takes it.
And meanwhile on bot side, Fanny is again forced out, unable to clear the lane properly. And yeah, the Lord has been started by Team Celsius, and they're gonna shred that Lord down with the help of the damage they have. 3 really high damage dealing heroes with Roger, Ling, and Zaz. At the same time, they have a lot of mobility. All these heroes are insanely mobile. Zask in his nightmare form, he has a flicker on top of that. Matilda, Airlines. We have Roger with his movement speed each time the opponent gets low HP below 40. We have Ling itself, who has as many dashes as you need in this game. So yes, I feel the Mincitar ban by Chabokche has actually helped the draft of Celsius instead. And by restricting the early game off that, taken the full momentum of the Team Chabokche from their hands. Meanwhile, Fanny is at bot side trying to clear, and she's forced to rush back into base to regain energy. And
actually,
yes,
Fanny was trying to take her buff, but it was really hard for her. Oh, that was really nice damage from Fanny, and the Dark Nightmare is popped up. I feel like they can even. Okay, Vexana flickers and she survives. Edith goes down and Hylos goes down. Fanny with his cable, taking away the Zaf. Roger giving some nice damage. Fanny escapes, and the Lord goes down. And it's a defense from Team Chabok Choi. But still, they lost a lot of towers. That will be really hard for them to defend with another Lord. What do you think? The game can change, or it's what do you think? Like it's over in the next Lord. What are your thoughts?
And yeah, like looking at the play-by-play, we have a better execution by Celsius, but at the same time, the sustain is a little low on them because the second Edith pops her ult, the team loses a lot of sustain. Like they have to rely on the flask of healing from Matilda to get that extra shield. But I think now we have seen Dom Ice's glowing wands across the field. We have 4 anti-heals on the side of Team Chabokche. So the utility of that flask is a little reduced. And yeah, again we see them marching down the base. Ling has popped his ult, Carry has popped his Wind of Nature, and Ling gets out with his HP. Yuzong has popped his Black Dragon form to zone them away. Zast steps out of his ult and they back off once more. Fanny going to chase down with a sliver of HP. Ling gets out of it. That gold difference is paying off in dividends as that rose gold comes out right after the fight. So yeah, rose gold picked up by Ling. DHS as we speak is come up on Carrie's side, and Carrie has finally finished her Trinity build. And yep, we could see a turnaround now because Carrie has actually had the damage from DHS up, so she could be melting now. But meanwhile, Lord has been started by Team Celsius, and he did moves
And
into
Matilda
the,
going.
you know,
Okay, Lord has
and
been
Link
secured
Lord
from
moves.
the Team Celsius.
許可なく見上げるな。不愉快だ。
Ente kadang-kadang ente.
At this point, it's really hard for the Team Chabak Choi to defend this Lord. What do you think? Is it defendable from your point of view?
I think it's pretty defendable because you have Hylos, you have Vexana's ult, you have the passive damage of Vexana that explodes minions in range. So there's a lot of lane clear from there. You have carry, you have a Yuzong's Black Dragon form, you have Fanny to chip out the backlines and bait skills. So if they played right, instead of targeting a Edith or something, and they try to force the Zask ult or the Ling's ult, they can clear comfortably because Roger is not, he's having high damage but not that much as much as he'd like.
As it falls down.
And yeah, Roger popped down low and he escapes. Black Dragon form is popped
Black
out and they
Dragon,
clear this lane comfortably. And Super Kev is extremely low, but he's forced and he just gets out, his shield activates. They're again trying to re-engage, trying to finish this fight. Vexana is killed under the turret. And
Roger is
think
marking
it
the
might
base.
be
I guess it will
no,
fall
and
down.
he's
No,
got a beautiful kill on
actually a
Roger.
defense. Yeah, that was really nice. Oh, Carrie's trying to melt down, and Fanny goes in with her ultimate, and okay, Carrie's Filker is melted down. That was a really nice defense from the Team Chabak Choi. I feel like now Fanny can get his buff.
Could be, but Ling is moving towards that blue buff again. So let's see how that goes. But he doesn't have anyone around him. So we have to look into that.
It's a pure battle of
Will Fanny land his victory? And no,
No.
Ling has secured that
Ling takes it.
red in his favor.
But this Fanny, even without blue buff, he's trying to secure the kills. He's trying to chip out the black liners. He's trying to bait the ult of Zas. Even we saw like Fanny baiting Zas ults 2-3 times. That was really helpful for them in the team fight. I think that is a really bad position from the Fanny, and he survives. Okay, somewhere I felt like the Fanny will go down. But that was nice from the Fanny. And this Team Celsius going for the Lord again. I don't think they can contest with the lanes are jammed with minions. They have to clear and they have to try to defend this Lord once again. But this one is really hard because they don't have any towers left anymore. And here the Lord marches in, Fanny trying to use the cables, trying to chip out, and Edit falls down once again. Hylos falls down. That was a really nice ult from Vexana, Ling with his sword down, and I guess this win W goes to the Team Celsius. That was a really nice gameplay from Team Chibok Choi, but Celsius
Victory!
wins. In the stats, we can see Vexana giving 35% damage. That was really nice. But it was not enough to carry the game. Nicely done.
And welcome back. We're in the day two, round one of Legends Unleashed tournament. A prize pool of 40k dias, over 200 teams taking part. And right now we have Team Executives versus Team Black Koreans, and blue team, which is Executives, is going to be having the first draft. And let's see what they ban. Looking at them having the first pick, maybe they could try to get a Khufra, which is one of
I didn't
Art's
cure the pain.
favored heroes,
I harnessed
or
it.
maybe an Edith. These are some of the heroes he plays regularly. We could be seeing an alpha draft, but they've chosen to remove the Valentina instead. And yeah, I think that is a good option if you're going to go with a team which is pretty heavy on ganks with using a lot of skill cast. So if you want to like try to
Still
remove
waters
that
run deep.
Valentina.
Your team
And
is
my
banning.
co-caster Leon will be joining me. I'm Baldudu, and yep, Leon, what do you feel about this game, and what do you see
Well,
be
as you said,
implemented?
yes, like you said, the Valentina ban is a really nice ban if you are going for some nice combos that Valentina cannot copy the ult of. And we see a Ling ban from the
Who
team of
said
Black
there are no
Koreans, and
shortcuts
here
in
comes a
life?
chip
Team
ban.
I literally
What
invented
do you think
one.
about this chip ban?
And yeah, chip ban is it's not a bad ban, because like if you're not going to be playing chip, remove it, because it is too much of a hassle to play around it. Like that hero is really strong, and it's not worth creating a draft just to deal with chip, because he has too much mobility to he's always going to keep ganking, harassing you, poking you, and when it goes towards the late game, you can't split push if there is a chip in the
Butterflies
opponent.
born by
You
thy
Your
cannot
light,
risk
team
a
is
split push
banning.
guided by
unless
lantern's light.
your entire 5 man goes to split. So yeah, the chip ban is a great idea. Azujin is another solid choice, because that hero, once she gets a clock of destiny, she has a great amount of sustain. She has a continuous interrupt, group CC. Overall, a really annoying hero to deal with those slows.
My mission is to protect
Your
lives.
team
Yeah,
is
Hylos
banning.
on the other side, Executive Esports takes out the Hylos, and nothing unique with the drafts apart from that Valentina. It's a standard we've been seeing in the ML servers, not just in tournaments but in ranked throughout the past 1 month. What do you think the
Yep,
last ban might be? Is it going to be Roger or a Haya? What do you say?
maybe they are gonna ban Amino. If you see, there is a ban of Valentina, and if you logically think it's
Hayabusa,
really nice to ban
Sanjo.
Amino, well,
Your
yeah,
team
the
is
ban the
picking.
Haya. Well, in my opinion, Hayabusa is not of a big deal if you are picking some tanky junglers or a sustain, because he can't really pick off early games. You need to mag the backliners.
That is a fair
What do you think
point.
about the
Nolan
first
and Hayabusa. The first pick, well, you have Roger open, and I think we can never ignore a good Roger player. In fact, you can't even ignore a bad Roger player, because that hero, if you just get one good S1, one team fight, that Roger will be hitting a Lycan Pounce almost 4 to 5 times. That is like a huge amount of damage across the board, because it splashes to 3 targets.
Rise
So,
and
yep, and we
serve
see
Your
me.
this
team
Ask
is
being picked
picking.
up. A really strong pick in the mid lane, especially right now. That the only person who can really effectively deal with the Zask is a Farsa. So yeah, let's see how do they reply. Will they take up a Roger, or would they take up the Edith? There's a Terizla open, and yep,
10
as I said,
years
Terizla immediately
of
locked in.
imprisonment.
What do you think about a Luo E pick here? Luo E is a really nice pick against Zas if you can one shot him. Like in team fights, Luo is really annoying because of the yin yangs he can give you, and the damage is really annoying.
It
That
is,
could be a
but
pick here.
it would be a great pick, but you need a really
Hope will find
experienced
a
Luo
way,
player,
Your
because if
even
team
when
Luo is
all
is
is
not
picking.
played
forlorn.
right, that hero is kind of pointless, because
I see
you'll end up
lots of
using only S1
prey.
and S2. If you don't use the diversion well, Luo as a hero will be a little weaker than Zask. And
Yeah.
Black Koreans have picked up the Vexana. It is a decent but in my opinion, not the correct counter for his ask. Maybe they're not playing it for Zask and they want to, win team fights.
Yeah,
I am
Vexana
the
is really
priestess of
annoying in team
primal
fights if
lightning.
you
Your
can
team
The
is
hunter of
with
all the
banning.
Terizla in
evil
a team. If
gods.
Terizla can land a really nice ult, then Vexana's ultimate and the Horrify is really annoying for them. And we cannot forget the passive of Vexana. If someone dies, then it affects the others too.
And yeah, the Roger is on gold lane as of now. He could be going in jungle, but it's a flex pick for now. Let's see which lane he goes. Meanwhile, the Edith pick, Edith and Terizla are the and yeah, the Edith is and Terizla are two of the strongest
I,
EXP laners
Minotaur,
Your
in
team
will
is
this
finish
meta right
off what
banning.
now.
was left
Like
undone.
I like you in team fight. If it comes to or laning plus ability, I don't think you can beat out an Edith and a Terizla because both of their flicker combos are devastating. Meanwhile, Black Koreans pick up the Minotaur for the Minoan Fury and the heal that it could provide. But do you think the Minotaur is tanky enough to survive the damage from his ask and that lineup executive
Well,
is fielding?
from my opinion, if Zask his ultimate, then I guess Mino is gonna get a lot of damage. If Vexana cannot use her Horrify at time and Mino couldn't ult, and Zask is able to
Chivalry is
use his ult,
dead.
then it will be
Your
really
I
team
will
annoying.
is
revive
banning.
it.
What do you think about this Clint ban? It was really unexpected for me, actually. I was not thinking about a Clint ban. Instead, I was thinking something like maybe this one. What is this? Maybe a Nolan or maybe this one.
The hunt
Uh,
begins.
Fredred.
Your team is banning.
I would have thought, team executive would be taking a tank jungle maybe because they already have a lot of damage, or maybe a fighter
Yeah,
jungle like Bane. Like that could work too. I thought they would probably target that. Black Korean would target ban those kind of heroes because a
yeah. I
Bane
thought
will,
like,
basically guarantee a turret push with the team they have
yes,
right now. It is really
you're
annoying, man. Like
absolutely
when you
right, buddy.
there's a Zask, there's a Brody, there's a or a Roger, and then there's a Bane just pressing Alts and S1, and the turret disappears within 3 minutes.
That's right.
Let's see the second ban. There's still a lot of options open like Kufra, which is favored by
I am
Art,
not the
and
only
they've
one
removed the
bound
Your
by
team
Phobius.
these
is banning.
chains.
I am quite skeptical as to what is their plan. Do they want to play some kind of dash hero? Do they want to play something like a Nolan or something that they don't want those continuous dashes? What exactly
Yeah,
is the team plan of Black Korean? I'm confused, but let's see. Maybe they have a team plan in mind.
yeah. We never know. Never underestimate your opponents, right?
Hmm. What do you think the
I
marksman
am
pick would be
vengeance
Your
for Black
team is
Korean?
picking.
Like
incarnate.
now that they've removed Moscow, like that kind of limits the options. What do you think both teams will, do for their jungle and
Well,
marksman?
well. At this point, I can't say. They can go for maybe they can go for a Nathan or a Harrod. I'm not
Trust.
really sure about because the
Alpha is
options of
Your
online.
marksmen are
team
really
is
low now.
picking.
Because Clint is banned and Moscow is banned.
I
I
want
really don't have any idea about it.
I don't know. I want to see a Brody, man. Like I want to see a Brody in this comp because there's a lot of variety. Like Brody will bring up a lot of finishers because they have a lot of CC on this team.
True
This team
love
has a lot of
is
CC
like
and
blood.
damage. Like Black Korean team. So let's
Yep,
see.
yep.
I want to see maybe a Brody.
I
Meanwhile,
am
Julian
more
and
than
Carmilla
a
Your
pick
team
weapon.
up
is
by
picking.
Nenzing and Art. Let's see how they play this out now. The last pick belonging to the red side. It is
Yeah.
they're hovering over a Claude.
What do you think about this Claude pick? Like, I guess
Come
Claude
on,
will be a good
Dexter.
pick
It's
here.
our showtime.
I think Claude would scale really good into the late game, but the only worry is if they take it too much into the late game. That is the only
Yeah,
worry
and yep,
because they have a lot of
that's
sustain.
right.
Your sustain doesn't matter because they have Roger, they have a Julian, and you have a Zask. All of them which are known to melt.
That's right. This god is playing in when I guess well, I don't really know I guess will it be good? Maybe I guess a vengeance or a purify would have been better here. Would have been.
We have a vengeance on the calm. Both junglers are running, seasoned hunters and quantum charges on a Julian. Like usually we see a Julian running, an
Welcome
impure
to
rage
Mobile
or
Legends!
the. I
5
keep forgetting
seconds
the
till
name
the
of
enemy
this.
reaches the battlefield. Smash them!
Yeah, they run the impure rage or the
All
one that does a lot of
troops
damage.
One that does a lot of damage.
Damage. When you do, I remember what the skill does. I cannot remember the name for the life of me. I blanked out completely. Both teams have started off on the right side. Zask, both mages moving towards mid. Maybe Zask might have a slight edge in lane clearing because of the spawn zoning out Vexana. But she also has a passive, so it's gonna be pretty straightforward. Meanwhile, Mino is babysitting his Claude to make sure he has a stable farming experience. I would have liked to see both teams try to freeze their lane, but yeah, Terizla is doing that on top side. He's doing a half decent freeze, but Art is right there along with the Julian, and he gets caught out, and that's flicker pop and a first blood taken. You can take over Art. I think we might see a gank on bot side.
And here we see that Roger is trying to clear the wave, and I don't think they're going to gank. They just cancel the gank and they're going for the turtle. I feel like I don't know. Personally, I feel like they should have ganked Roger instead of going for turtle, because it would have been really nice, taking a marksman for an EXP. It would have been a nice trade, but I guess they decided to play safe and go for the turtle instead.
I know. I feel like the win condition for team Black Koreans would be the Vexana. If the Vexana makes the right plays, they will win. She CCs it well. Whereas the win condition would be Zask for. And Zask has died
executed
under the turret.
Maybe
I guess
because of lag.
Yeah, there could be some.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't see any other reason the Zask would turret dive at 2 minutes, and that error, they get a free turtle right now. Vengeance has been popped, and yeah,
And
Zask
here
is.
Roger and. Okay. You continue.
It's right now both teams are just, I think, trying to focus on their jungle. We don't see much in the way of ganks. I have a feeling Zask is lagging because on top side he is not even pressing his ult and he gets picked off again. I think maybe the team should ask for a pause, but we haven't received any information from them yet.
And here in bot lane we see Carmela zoning off Minotaur. Minotaur is kind of low and they're not clearing the wave, and Claude is trying to zone. Julian takes the gold crab. Can we see a gank in bot lane? And they're freezing the last tank minion of Claude and not letting him farm properly. Carmela goes for the Vexana. Julian using his I don't know really, what's that skill called? Can you enlighten me?
The Julian scythe, the chains. He has chains as scythe. Chains on the side. So yeah, those enhanced do a lot of damage.
Enhanced. Yeah.
The knockoff.
Here we see yep.
I feel like both gold laners are pretty. This is one of the first few games you've seen less fighting in the first 5 minutes. Both teams need an item spike to start off.
Roger giving a lot of damage to Claude. Claude tries to zone him off. Oh, Mino with his ultimate. Will Roger fall? Purify melted. Claude goes in with his blazing duet but fails to secure the kill, and Roger survives. I guess that's a lot of resources melted from the team Black Koreans for Roger, but they couldn't secure his kill. I guess that's a win for the team. I don't know.
And
What do you
yeah,
think about the
Black.
slow-paced gameplay?
What do I think about?
The slow-paced gameplay, like the game is going really slow. It's only for they're only fighting for objectives. Like no unnecessary fights are. We are not seeing any unnecessary fights. Not for no.
I know.
I'm
I'm actually enjoying because it's such a clean game from both sides. Like, they're not forcing fights. They know they don't have enough damage to commit to a full team fight. Because, like, normally we would have seen a little more aggression from Executive, but there's I guess, a network issue. So they're a little on the back foot. And meanwhile, Terisla takes up bot top side, and on bot we see a gank.
And it was melted out just to clear the wave, but the tower is really low. What do you think? Will we see a play from Carmela? Nice 4-man out. They're trying to get
I
on the
guess so.
backside.
Yep.
Oh,
Huge catch.
that was a really nice out from Carmela. Roger going for the kill. Vexana's horrified, but Roger gets the kill and he survives. And they got the bot lane too.
Exactly. You were saying, Leon, it's a slow-paced game, and right as we started discussing about how slow it is, Executive just, gave us a surprise. They have, within 1 minute, they got 3 kills, they got a turret, and they invaded the jungle. So I think that's a really good win. They just got themselves a 2k gold lead within 1 minute.
Yeah, that was a really nice gameplay from the team exclusives. And now we see that Claude is lacking in his farm while Roger is in the lead, and Zas almost recovered all his farm that he lost because of his lag. Still he is 300 gold behind from Vexana, but I don't think that's a problem because Zas don't really have to do anything with his items or anything because his ult is more than enough to hold them off. There's an ult from Mino and a Horrify from Vexana, and there's a nice ult from Carmela, and will the Claude falls, and Alpha falls too. And Julian gets the kill on Terisla, and that's another win for the team exclusives, and they got the turtle, and now they will get the mid lane.
And that's a massive win for the team Executive. They're leading 9-1 with, in fact, the only kill that the team Black Koreans has got is on that Zask who was lagging. So there's a huge amount of gold lead. They're at 6k gold lead right now within 8 minutes of this match, and they will be waiting for the turtle, I guess, before they take their next fight.
Yep, I guess. And if you see the micro gameplay of the team exclusive, that's really nice. Like the plays that Carmela is doing, and see the ult of the Carmela and the Zas combo. It was an instant melt for Mino and Terisla. Alpha popping
Exactly
his ult,
that. Dude, the amount of damage that Executive is bringing to the table is too much. You don't have enough items to stop that kind of damage.
Yeah, the Zask at the Carmela's combo is way too broken, to be honest. Just like we saw in the top lane. It was an instant melt for Mino and
Also,
Terisla. It's like, yeah.
I would if you look at the goal difference, like if you open the scoreboard, the Gromer of Team Executive has the almost as much gold as the highest gold on Black Koreans, the Claude. And meanwhile, Mino is still at only 3k gold within 9 minutes.
Yeah, that's a really bad news for the Black Koreans. I don't think they have enough farm to sustain or do some plays. But there is a chance, like only if Terisla and Mino does a play and Vexana is around, then that can change the match.
maybe they'll have to wait for Executor to make a mistake, because even if they
Yeah,
do make a play, they won't do enough damage to follow up. Even if Tesla gives a 5-man set, like these guys will just flicker out, or Carmilla will pop her vengeance. Edith will just ult out. So yeah, we'll have to wait for them to make a mistake.
oh, there's another ult from Carmela and Alpha and both Alpha. Oh my god, that was a 3-4-0 trade. What do you think? Is it 9-man, 10-man Sun?
Mega kill.
And it's a complete wipeout within 10 minutes. And I guess this will be the end of this game. The team has conceded defeat. And it's over for Black Koreans in the Legends Unleashed tournament. Overall,
Victory.
a really strong execution of a game plan by Executive Esports. From the draft to the, playstyle, Zask and Carmela's, synergy was perfect. Like they were able to play together so beautifully, and it's reflected in the damage. Like Roger is at he's at 10k gold in 10 minutes. That's a huge amount of GPM. you know, like, and Zask made his
And
first item as glowing. So
yeah,
there's
that
no
that was a
heal
really nice
for
move.
anyone.
Yeah, then the
It,
Minos heal was all cancelled.
very well played by Executive Esports, and they will qualify to round 2. And
Yep.
we will be stay tuned for our future streams, viewers. We thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoyed just as much as we have. Thank you.
Again, thank you for watching the stream and staying tuned with us. We'll be back soon with another round in the next day. Peace out.